Hi, I'm Steve Heinrich. I'm one of the 4 stage managers here at the Wharton Center. Well, yeah, so we were talking about fly rails, a pretty serious component of almost all proscenium theaters. This is, so for instance, in the Great Hall, where we do giant Broadway shows and complicated ballets and modern dance and Christmas shows and all that sort of stuff, we have 65 of these line sets, 65 battens overhead controlled by these lines. And here we have a tidy 16. And of the 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are in permanent use for, this is a full stage blackout that we can form using this, closes completely, which conceals that back wall. And then we bring in these side legs, close down the curtain a little bit, and then close these walking legs. They're walking because they're not mechanical. You just close them like this. These are called side tabs. So we close these side tabs, and when the side tabs are closed, and this blackout is in and closed, then the entire stage becomes a black box. And a feature of these side tabs and this masking is that, once again, although there's a lot of benefits to having your seating arranged in this fashion, the drawback is those people are looking straight on stage. And those people over there are looking on stage over there. And even the most fearless actor has to have some place to hide. Yeah, so yeah, this is my favorite spot in the building. This is my favorite theater to work in. I do like, all of the stagehands like working over at the old auditorium. It's another, I don't know why we use terms like this, but we call it the gray old lady. Well, the auditorium is old, 1939, dedicated by Eleanor Roosevelt. But it's just such a cool old place. It's just got such a cool vibe with all the woodworking and the polished tile floors. And we've made a lot of upgrades to it. Obviously, the College of Music completely redid the Fairchild side. But yeah, we used to do Broadway shows in there back when they called bus and truck tours. So it would be only 2 trucks, sometimes 1, and the cast and crew and everybody would arrive on a bus. And we did all kinds of shows in there. The Elephant Man, great show. Lots of music concerts, Bruce Springsteen, all kinds of stuff was over there. So yeah, we love working over there. That's a great building. This here is what you call a genie lift. So these pipes that are overhead, you can see where the work lights are. That's the first electric right there. So that pipe comes into the ground, and we put however many lights of whatever description the lighting designer wants to use, pars, ellipsoidals, whatever. We set them up on that pipe, and then you have to go all the way upstairs, in this case 3 stories up. You have to load the correct amount of weight on the corresponding batten. Here, let's go over and look at this. I'll show you. So here's the first electric in this theater. So this would be the first electric. This is pipe number 1, first electric. So you'd see it comes in and out pretty easy. It looks like there's about 300 pounds of instruments on there. So when I bring this all the way in, this device here, which is an arbor, this is just a control line. This doesn't hold any of the weight. All the weight is held by these steel cables. that are attached to the pipes. This weight on here represents whatever weight is on the pipe. So in this instance, this is a border, or the curtains that run this way. This weight down here is the weight of the pipe itself. That's the weight of the pipe itself. That's why they're painted yellow and they should never come off. Each one of these bricks is pig iron, and each one of these weighs 50 pounds. So that border weighs 150 pounds. But in order to add that weight on there to counterbalance the pipe, you have to climb all the way up there, and there's a little loading bridge, and you have to lift this plate up here, and tie it up, and just add the bricks on one by one. And then when they're done up there, they yell down to the flyman down here and says, line set 4 is loaded and ready to fly out. So then they would be able to fly this. So anyway, here's our first electric, and we've hung all the lights we're going to hang on it, and you have to focus them. We don't have a lot of theaters. They have moving lights that you can actually, they're mechanical, and you can control them from a computerized lighting console. So you can spin them, you can change the lens, you can change the color in them, you can do everything from the board itself. None of ours are like that. So once you get the lights up there, the lighting designer has some sort of an idea where he wants them focused, soft focus, hard focus, a bunch of other qualifications. Well, it wouldn't work very good if we had to bring this in and out every time you wanted to focus a light. So that brings us back over here to stage left to this little fella here, which is a genie lift. So a couple people get this thing out, put it underneath this electric, plug it in, put these outriggers in, because you're going to go up 30, 35 feet in this basket. So ours is electric, some of them are, or ours is not battery powered, ours is electric. So you hop in here and manipulate these buttons, and this will take you up 35 feet. Then you just go down the pipe and adjust each, or focus each one of the lights as per the lighting designer's desires. Each theater and each arbor is different, each fly system is different. I think the max on here is 1,100 pounds. Over here we have special arbors for the bandshell ceilings. Those are 2,600 pounds, which means that the guys that go up there to shift weights, like when we, so for a Broadway show, all of the soft goods, all of our lighting goods, and our bandshell ceilings have to move into storage. Well, the bandshell ceilings are so enormous, they have to be stored on another pipe upstage. So I said we have 65 line sets. Well, 63, 64, and 65 are dedicated to storing our bandshells, which are interspersed downstage. So when they go up to shift weights on a house strip, they have to take the 2,600 pounds off of the first bandshell pipe. We settle that into a rolling rack, push it upstage, reconnect it to that pipe, and then that same amount of weight has to be added on to that arbor upstage in order to be able to fly that out. And that goes with everything. So curtains that are like these, our full stage curtains over there, they weigh 700 pounds a piece. And we've got 4 of those. Those all have to be cleared. Anything that we have with our lighting equipment on it has to be cleared. So when the Broadway show comes in, there's an actual blank slate for them to start working with.
And how long on average would it take to, let's say, do the bandshell?
To do a house strip, we can usually do it in 3 to 4 hours. It's usually what we budgeted for. And you know, that's part of our advancing of shows, how because a lot of it has to do with where's the payroll going to show up. Because I don't do Broadway shows myself, Sandy does, but they want a pretty accurate estimate of what everything is gonna cost. Not just when they're in here, but what our prep work is gonna have to be, and then what we're gonna have to do. We call it a restore, where we're restoring the theater to a place where we can use it for our own purposes.